dealers need to understand this is going to generate more business. It's going to create more appointments. It's going to drive more traffic, but it's how you use it.
The automotive industry has secrets, but we're here to uncover them. Welcome to Dealer Confidential, the podcast that dives deep with dealers to expose the controversies, the chaos, and the untold truths behind the business. No scripts, no filters, just raw, unredacted conversations. Ready to spill the tea? Let's go.
Hello, we are here live, Dealer Confidential, our podcast where we take hot takes from the industry and talk about them with industry experts. And today I have one of my favorite guests, Mike Renaud, CEO of Allen Ram Training Solutions, also ex-dealer of many years. So Mike, thank you so much for joining.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited about your new podcast. This is awesome.
Yes, thank you. Yes, this is a new podcast. It's been really interesting so far. It's really cool to see these anonymous hot takes and understand what people.
They've been great.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, no, I've enjoyed watching them. So now I'm excited to be a part of it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, here's your anonymous take for today. Okay.
All right, let's do this.
You'll understand when you hear the take why I chose you for the guest. All right. My B2C team is super against bringing AI tools into our processes. I get that they might be worried it will take away from the human-ness that makes our job important, or maybe they feel nervous about learning a new technology. How do I convince my team that AI could be a game changer and can amplify what they're doing without making them feel like their jobs are at risk?
Well, and that's the big one. That last one's the biggest piece of it all, right? Because, BDCs are like, where the gossip sits. And once you hear something like AI is coming in, everyone's going to worry about their job and start focusing on the things you don't want them to focus on, right? But when it comes to how does AI impact this? Okay, first of all, it starts with step one, which is the mindset, okay? When you are going in to look for an AI product and you're looking to purchase that AI product for your dealership, the mindset has to be, this isn't something that's going to take away employees. This isn't something that's going to make our lives inside the dealership easier and all that stuff. No, those aren't the answers. And it's not a set it and forget it kind of thing. This is something that involves human interaction. AI is not at the place where we can just set it and forget it and not be a part of it. Even the best AIs like Fullpath, we still need to be engaged, right? It is doing something that's triggering the customer to raise their hand. It's elevating the customer experience, but someone needs to grab that hand on the other end and bring that customer through the door. So on the sales side, when you're looking at these products, you have to understand that these tools are enhancing the customer experience. When it comes to lead, it's digging out, those older leads, those leads of that customer that might be shy, that never responded, that the staff normally says, this is no good lead. There's no phone number here, right? Well, the AI will keep talking to them because it doesn't look at it that way. It looks at it as every single lead as an opportunity, which is how we should look at it, but our staffs don't always. So when it first is the mindset is this is going to be something that's going to complement my team. Then when we add it to what we need to do every day, right, and we start adding AI into our daily workflows and tasks as a store, AI needs to be looked at as that piece that's, how is my team interacting with it? How are we working to bring that customer through the door once they raise their hand? And it comes back to the same solid principle of answering a lead. So when a lead comes in, right, every statistic, everything we read says we have to answer that lead in 5 minutes or less, right? It's the same thing with AI once it responds. Once the AI gets that customer to respond, that 5-minute clock starts all over again.
Meaning it's the same process, but it's inserting something and the clock starts at a different stage, basically. Is that what you're saying? Right.
It's basically like taking what AI is doing fantastic right now. And I see it, we're here with Fullpath, so I'm going to tell you exactly where I'm seeing it in Fullpath. It is doing some amazing things to dig out customers who weren't ready when they first submitted that lead and might be submitted that lead early on in that 50, 55, 60-day buying cycle, whatever it is right now, But it's a longer buying cycle, and our salespeople, our BDC reps have forgot about those people, or they fell out of the workflow that we've created for them. Well, guess what? The AI just keeps going. and it keeps throwing pitches and it keeps throwing pitches. And at some point that customer is going to swing and hit that ball, and we got to be ready to catch it.
It's also, I think, so important for dealers to understand that that type of keeps going, like that is how AI is really elevating the business right now, because humans can't do that, or at the same rate they can't. So like you got the AI supporting the business on that end, and then you still need the humans to take over when that clock starts. So it's really about, like you said, like it's the mindset. The AI isn't here to replace, it's here to bring more opportunity and bring more business. The opposite, it should be making the dealership staff and BDC so much busier.
Exactly. That's exactly what it does.
So obviously this hot take is from a BDC manager. Are you actually encountering these conversations? It sounds like you
constantly right now,
over and over and over again.
On both fixed and variable. It's happening on both sides. And we're here to talk about the sales side. And on the sales side, this conversation is becoming one where dealers need to understand this is going to generate more business. It's going to create more appointments. It's going to drive more traffic, but it's how you use it. And here's a perfect example, okay? So we have a mutual client, BMW client, okay? This client has a bunch of i4s, i5s. BMW's put a great program on i4s, i5s. I mean, and as a salesperson, you can pick up a $750 spin on these i5s, and dealers want to give them away because BMW has good incentives back to the dealer for selling these electric, okay? We were able to go in, work with the Fullpath team, create a campaign for every single customer that has submitted an i5 since the beginning of the year or even back further, and the AI just went and it rolled, and all of a sudden it took old leads that were already paid for that would probably normally just be thrown in the trash and putting them back on the BDC's plate as a fresh lead, okay? Because that's what it really is.
These opportunities for the BDC to work.
Exactly, and there really are fresh leads if you think about it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm even thinking as a shopper, like what that would mean for me as a car shopper. But now, when it comes to lead handling on the AI, right? We're talking about like reawakening and bringing these leads back. Now, I'm hearing a lot, obviously, many companies like Fullpath are working on this AI lead handling, where the AI takes it to the next level and actually tries to schedule the appointment for the BDC. Yep. So in this case, it's kind of like what you said about starting the clock later, right? Like, okay, so they scheduled the appointment, but there's still work to be done. Is the AI really just scheduling the low-hanging fruit? Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't spoken to dealers so much about it. So I wanted to know what you're seeing.
So it's how you define a low-hanging fruit, right? A lot of BDC reps, a lot of salespeople look at a lead that comes in with no phone number, just an email, and they go, "Well, that's a waste of it. That's a waste. That customer is not real." The reality is that customer is an introvert, okay? And the majority of Americans are not like us car people. We could go talk to anyone, anytime, any place. But the majority of people are introverts, and they don't put their phone number in there until they're ready. So the AI becomes that process. So is it low-hanging fruit? Yeah, probably if the salesperson or the BDC rep stuck with that customer and kept emailing them, yes. But in our world of where BDC and salespeople are, that's not low-hanging fruit to them. That's too much work. The low-hanging fruit is the customer I call and is like, "Do you have this stock number? I'm coming in right now." That's right. But it's not there yet, AI, to handle all that. So, but it's grabbing it on the an email side. Yes, it is grabbing that low-hanging fruit. It is handling, but it's also serving it up to the salesperson as well, right? Because what the AI is doing is, and this is where it's pivoting on the lead handling a little bit too, is yes, it's serving up an appointment. I have to do all the steps to confirm that appointment, make sure that customer shows up, have their directions, have the salespeople engaged, etc., right? But on the flip side, it's getting where they're not making an appointment right away, but they're raising their hand. They're raising their hands with questions. So it's giving the salesperson or the BDC rep, at least the majority. I mean, you have better data than I do. I just see a cross-section of AI clients. But the ones I see, the majority of the time when that customer raises their hand, they're raising it with a question, which is the best opportunity for salespeople and BDC reps, because now I have something to leave on your voicemail. I have something to send you a video about. A lot of stuff. When you ask me a question, it is a fantastic, even if it's what's the price, I don't care. This is a fantastic opportunity to now be able to engage that introverted customer and pull them out of the shell. And that's what the AI is good at. Sometimes does AI repeat itself a lot? And sometimes do I see, this is one common thing I constantly see with dealers, and I'm sure you guys do. Like, there are some verbiage and things that AI uses to try to friendly up the conversation, right? Someone submits a lead. At midnight, it's going to write, "Hey, boy, I see you're up late burning the midnight oil," right? I've had some dealers who read stuff like that. What?
I've seen that.
Right. And I have some dealers who see that stuff and they're like, "That's horrible. How dare, like, it shouldn't ask stuff like that. It's too personal." Like, you know what I mean? So there's a perception.
You can identify that. You can even set up alerts for your dealership and say, like, these are the type of things I want to know what happens, and then just train the ChatGPT.
But that's stuff that dealers need to know going in and need to understand, because it becomes, I've seen it. Like, I've seen dealers onboard your product, right? And have beautiful onboards. Everything gets up. All of a sudden, email traffic starting to go. And they're like, "Oh, I don't like the way that's worded. Oh, I don't like how many emails are being sent out." Like, these are questions. This, first of all, it's a normal part of the process, especially if you don't ask them up front. But there are certain questions and things that when you're being onboarded, you need to ask and you need to, and some of them you just don't know what they are. So when you're onboarding, be like, "What questions am I not asking you that I should be asking?" Like, it's a great question to, even when you're just doing the demo, like, ask, like, "What am I asking you about AI that I should be asking you about? Like, what's going to impact me in the first 2 months in this in a negative way that I should be ready for?"
Yeah.
Those are important things. Sorry.
Another question. No, it's okay. I don't want to cut you off, but I do have another question, which is, do you agree with this statement, which is AI isn't going to replace anyone, but it will replace employees that don't know how to embrace and or use AI?
On the sales side, 100% I agree with that statement. Okay. And it's going to replace BDC managers and sales managers, not lose their jobs, per se, like that job's going to go away. No, that job's going to be there. But the person with that mindset is what's going to disappear. Okay. That person with the mindset is you have to embrace AI as it's another employee. Okay. It's an add-on, doing the work that your staff isn't good at, replacing the mundane work. We use AI here in some ways of just like reading data, like clients' data, and analyzing it sometimes, right? In a very quick, easy way, right? Where normally I'd have 6 people doing that same thing. This does it. Did it replace their jobs? In this instant, yes, because it was very simple, mundane stuff that they were doing. But you need to interact with people. Sales is on a whole different thing. If we were talking about, the service side and just making oil change appointments, AI is going to replace a lot of that. Okay, that's just real. Service BDCs, those very simple, I need to make an oil change, all that stuff. No one wants to talk to anybody for that. I'm sorry. You don't even want to talk to anybody about that stuff, okay?
I love talking. But
right. Like, it's just that little thing is going to go away, right? It's like, if I can make my doctor's appointment on my app, I will. If I can make my car appointment on my right. But if I have a complicated question about it, it's making a funny noise, I don't know what I should do, AI is not helping me. I still need a person. So our service BDC is going to go away? Not at all. Someone still needs to be there to answer the phone, but those simple calls that jam everything up. Now, guess what your BDC service advisors get to do, or even on the sales side, when the AI is cleaning that easy stuff, now we get to dig deeper. Now we get to go into, our outbound calls, right? On both sides. Service gets to do the service. Right, I can spend more time. So many service BDCs, I spend so much time, I don't have time to talk to the good customer. Now we can do all that stuff, right? Same thing with the AI here. We have another mutual client where we've literally they have a very strong, really great BDC, but we took all the emails, all the text message tasks away from the staff. All they do is make phone calls. Now the AI is just sending all the texts, sending all the emails. And when the customer raises its hand, boom, now they can run with it, send the text, email, whatever they need to do, but they have time to do it because their daily tasks aren't jammed up with texts and emails. And most texts are, hey, Ilana, if you're in the market, give me a call back, and you think Ilana's going to go, hey, I'm just calling to tell you I'm in the market, Michael. Thanks so much. Bye. No, like it doesn't work
Yeah.
like that, everybody. Like
Yeah.
the AI is allowing them to spend a little more time with that customer, to answer those customer questions, not feel the pressure of I have to get off with you to the next phone call.
Yeah.
And then it's taking older leads, digging them up. So
Yeah.
should the BDC manager who wants to implement AI freak out and run away from this? No way. They should be embracing this because you are going to make more money. You are going to make more. You get paid on appointments, you get paid on shows, and possibly sold cars. So if those are the things that you get paid on, you want to embrace AI because it's taking that lead to appointment, which is a BDC manager, lead to appointment, appointment to show. Those are your two key metrics. Who cares about the sold car, right? That's the showroom's problem. The things you have control over, appointment to show. And if this is a tool that will drive those numbers higher. You're going to speak to more people. You're going to make more appointments, and more of those people are going to show up. So
Amazing.
embrace the technology, but it's not a set it and forget it. This is something that has to be just a change to our process is what's needed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this was the perspective we needed. You are actually the expert in this, both as someone who worked in the dealership and someone who now runs the training solutions. So I appreciate your time. Thank you again. I love having experts on the podcast that we can help our anonymous hot takers, and we'll be back for more. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, without a doubt.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike.
I love it. Thank you, Ilana. I appreciate time. I appreciate being on this great podcast. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Dealer Confidential. More secrets, more controversy, and more truth coming soon. Stay sharp, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.